Hello YouTube, how are you doing? Today I'm making a video about how to maintain your bearded dragon's livestock for a bit longer. I'm talking about mealworms and crickets in this video. So I'm going to show you what I've done. I've created a couple of little habitats for these insects, and I find now that sort of the insects, they live a lot longer. My crickets now live up to sort of 2 weeks time, and I'm just going to show you the steps I take. So first of all, I want to talk about the box that I use for them. So this is a box I actually got off Amazon. It's a storage box. It is 3 litres, and I find this is perfect for sort of 200 to 400 crickets. This will do. All I've done is I drilled some holes in at the top for oxygen. This seems to be sort of an okay amount for them. They don't seem to have any problems with just that. I haven't drilled any boxes in the side. And then all I do is I take my old egg cartons and tear off the rest. Get rid of any stickers, and I just pop it in there. So then the next thing I do, as like a substrate, I'll use bug grub. And now I bought this in Pet's Corner, but I found a lot of pet shops do them as well. And if you look at the ingredients, it has just got a variety of wheat barley, sunflower extract, Hoya, soybean. So it's good nutrition for them. And of course, if you have good nutrition on your insects, that means that your reptile will also be getting good nutrition. So I use this as like a little kind of like a base layer for them, but this is not the only thing that I'll feed them. So I'll also every couple of days I'll put in some leafy greens in there, and if they're hungry they'll actually eat quite a lot in a single day. You just have to be careful. What I noticed is that if there's too much moisture in the leaves, it can create too much humidity in there, and that can cause a lot of the crickets to end up dying. So I'll just show you the next step. So all I do is I cut them into little squares like that. If there's any like hard stalky bits in the middle, I just tend to get rid of them because they don't seem to eat them. And then I just normally put them on sort of like one corner of the box, and this just provides additional nutrition for them, like so. And I just find this really helps. And like I said, I don't put any water on them. And I will next show you how I keep the crickets hydrated. So to keep them hydrated, I use bug gel. It's specially formulated to provide a source of clean, fresh water for insects without risk of drowning. Because what I found, I was putting like small dishes of water in there, but it was creating too much humidity, and crickets aren't very good at swimming, so they'd often drown and die pretty quick. So I'm just going to show you how I put this into the enclosure. So I take a corner out of a egg carton and I just pop the gel in there, and all that does, it just kind of separates it from going in any other part and getting it all mashed up in the rest of the food. And then I pop the egg carton back as such, and that is it done. So that's how I do it, that's how I set it up. The more difficult thing is obviously trying to get them in there, and that is just a case of trial and error. And I'll show you how happy they are once they are all in. So that is them all in there. As you can see, they seem to be quite happy. My cat is... Hey, stay away from them. Hey, Loki. As you can see, they're quite happy. A lot of them are going to the gel, drinking some water. They're in a bigger enclosure now. So I find you can do this for... I'm going to close the box because my cat's going to try and eat them. I find this enclosure is perfect. It's not too high, so you can reach in there and grab the crickets when it comes to feeding. But like I say, if the livestock is healthy, then you'll find that your reptile will be healthy too. And also it's a game for him. Anyway, thank you for watching. Just another couple of quick tips as well. I tend to put my box on top of the vivarium. It keeps them warm, so if they get too cold, they can start eating each other and start dying as well. So it's important to keep a good temperature for them. I mean, I keep it at sort of it's room temperature in here, but with the heat of that as well, and I find that really helps them. One thing as well is I normally check it every day and just take out, if there is any dead ones, just take out the dead ones, because I find that once a couple start dying, it kind of snowballs into a death fest. So it is worth just going in every day and just making sure that if there's any dead ones, you just take them out, and I normally feed them to the birds. So there we are.